So wow, here we are, the weekend of Christmas, and I thought it would be fun to do my naughty and nice list for 2023. So here it goes. Let's start with the nice first. Number one, I want to give a shout out to all the immaculate sellers with whom I worked who left their homes in perfect condition for the buyer. They not only left it broom swept, but they gave it a nice deep clean. They removed all of their items. There was no trash at the end of the driveway. They even left nice organized piles of all the manuals for their buyers. So that really set really nice tones for those closings. So thank you to those sellers. Number two, I want to give a shout out to the 5 past clients that I worked with this past year who reached out to me to help them either buy or sell their home. I appreciate their loyalty. It was wonderful to reconnect and to help them yet again with their home buying or home selling process. So thank you for that. Number three, I want to put attorneys and lenders on my nice list. It's no secret that the real estate market has been very challenging in 2023, and attorneys and lenders felt the brunt of that as well. So I appreciate those attorneys and lenders who I worked with, who kept me in the loop, who collaborated with me, who got to the finish line, and they're very much appreciated. So they're on my nice list. And I also, number four, want to give a shout out to the inspectors who were not only thorough in inspecting homes, but were not alarmists. It's really a wonderful thing when an inspector does an inspection and educates the buyer on the home and the features and the issues and what's a big issue and what's not a big issue. So I want to put them on my nice list. And finally, I want to give a big shout out to my support staff, Flo and Helene, who really helped me behind the scenes with, ordering my signs and doing my marketing and getting all my paperwork together. I really couldn't have had this year without them. So big shout out to them and adding them to my nice list. So let's get to the naughty list. And top of that list is the Fed, although recently they're starting to get on my nice list. So they created a really tough year for everyone. And it's not just the home buyers, but it's the sellers who put their plans on hold because they're sitting on such a low interest rate from a couple years ago. And, they've decided to stay put until the interest rates started to come down, which they finally just started to. It was a tough year all around. Fortunately, I think we have seen the worst of it because just the past couple of weeks, interest rates have finally gone below 7%, and everyone's feeling very optimistic about 2024. So, but they were on my naughty list for 2023. Number two on my naughty list is Zillow and their Zestimates. And I know people check out Zestimates and they think that's what the market value is on a particular home, and that's not always the case. More often than not, it's inaccurate. Especially around here where homes are not cookie cutter. We're not live in big developments where we live in homes that are the same size, the same style, have the same amenities, the same location. It's very different in Northwest Bergen County. So it really takes a skill set to come up with the right market value for a home. So Zillow and their Zestimates still continue to be on my naughty list. Number three are part-time agents. Part-time agents that I had to work with this year made it very difficult to do a transaction. I having to work around their schedule and their full-time gig for them to tend to the transaction at hand was very challenging. So they're on my naughty list. And finally, on my naughty list is the private equity and corporate landlords and what they're doing, especially in the South. Fortunately, I don't think it's much of a problem around here, but they are scooping up single family homes and then renting them back and making it even more difficult for first time home buyers to buy their first home because they're bidding against cash offers, and that just is very, very difficult for first time home buyers. So we're keeping an eye on that. Hopefully municipalities are getting educated and are putting laws in place to prevent too much of that happening around here. but it's something that it's something that I'm keeping an eye on for sure. So for those who are celebrating this weekend, have a very Merry Christmas. I wish you joy and peace and a wonderful time with family and friends. And I'm here to answer any of your questions with regard to real estate. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.